Interesting concept in scientific theory right now, and well, I suppose it's been a concept for a while, but is the idea of self-organizing systems. The most complex systems just tend to sort of shift and organize by themselves. You'll have things like the neurons in the human brain, or any living organism, basically things like that. Just things that are so complicated that you would kind of expect them to just sort of descend into chaos, are in fact actually self-organizing, or they appear to just sort of organize themselves into certain patterns in the broad strokes and things like that. And the idea that there are a lot of self-organizing systems out in the world kind of brings to light the idea of a guiding hand of the creator in the things that are in the world. For example, if I was to just, observe something and, it seemed pretty complicated, and then it just sort of descended into crappled chaos and absolutely nothing really notable really could be discovered out of it, then it would just be like, okay, yeah, sure, that I wasn't really, you would expect that, okay, yeah, there really wasn't anything behind that. But then when you have these self-organizing systems, especially when it comes to do with like the biosphere and things like that, how everything just sort of neatly shifts itself to fit changing conditions. It organizes itself to to adapt to changes in the physical environment. The life just kind of moves and shapes itself. And a lot of people will look at this and be like, yeah, well, that's that's evolution and blah blah blah, and that's just how life works and blah blah blah, and that's how the etc., etc. It's how all the cycles in the universe work and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but if all of the cycles in the universe appear to organize themselves, that is pretty much good evidence that there is someone organizing all the things in the universe directly. So all these complicated systems that seem to self-organize are in fact actually being directly organized by a creator who is basically deciding, as it says in the scriptures. He says to he commands the stars where they shall go, and etc., etc., all these sorts of things. And it's a very humbling thought to think that there is actually someone out there organizing all of this, no matter how vast, no matter how complicated, and no matter how incomprehensible. And the fact that some of the most complex systems are in fact in the human body leads one to believe that also the same guiding hand guiding all of the other so-called self-organizing systems would be guiding the systems that make up the body and the mind and the soul. Or at least, not necessarily the soul. That's kind of one where you have to surrender control of yourself so that he can guide it. But the physical aspects of the body, absolutely. Anyway, let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and you have a blessed day.